Welcome in. Welcome to my new, very half unpacked house. Hi, everyone. That looks drip. Thank you. Thank you. You check your new house for hidden cameras. Honestly, I was thinking that last night. I haven't checked it yet. But I'm always a little, I feel like it must be very, very uncommon for that to happen, but I was thinking about it. Like, I don't know if that's like a normal thing. Like, I don't know if that's a normal thing to check. I don't know. But I was like maybe when it gets dark at night, I should just look around a bit. No one checks. I check. I mean, okay, I mainly would check in like an Airbnb, but I did check in my old place when I first moved. I mean, if you just check once, you're fine. Did the plants die? No, I don't know where it is. I think it maybe didn't get moved. Because like a plant is a little bit difficult to move. And I think we did everything in one trip, so um maybe like um we don't want the soil to spill, so I no, I can go get it. I still have access to the old place. Some things got left behind. Like for example, um I have the cable for my mic. I have the mic. I have it. I have the mic stand. But guess what I forgot? The shock mount for the mic. The mic doesn't just clip into this, right? Like you can't just attach the mic. It needs the holder for the mic. And that's what I forgot, which is actually a very crucial component. Like, and I considered, because my old mic, my real mic, not this one, is a much better mic. So I was like, oh, I could just hold it, but it's so heavy. It's legitimately so heavy that I was like, I don't think I should hold it. Like, if I hold it the whole stream, I think I might, um, you know, it might be very pain. Like my arm will get very sore. It would be very Pilates. You have a breaker panel just like that. Oh my gosh, we basically live in the same place. A breaker panel, unheard of. I think the mic is a little loud. Okay. But yeah, I was actually, as I started stream, I was like looking in the back and I was like, oh, it's a little bit annoying in my background because the door is there. So the door opens to, like, the breaker panel is like kind of behind the door, right? But when I'm streaming, if I close the door, it's not like I can put decorations behind the door because like that's like kind of like a it would block the door, right? So I was like I guess I can't put stuff there. So then but the issue is I can't really put my desk against this wall because I don't know if you can see there's like a it's the wall's not even. Like this part sticks out. The part this shelf is like behind this shelf. You know what I mean? So then I was like, "Oh, maybe I should." And then I was just thinking, I was like, "Oh, if I put my desk on this side, then my background will be nicer." And I'm also closer to the Ethernet port. The Ethernet port is here. As you can see, the cable is like I just put the cable like all the way across the floor. Um, but I was like, then I'd be close. But then there's a space behind the desk because the wall's not flat. So I'm like, is that stupid? Does anyone have a setup like that? Like, do you put like if there's a gap behind the desk, like what can you put there? Your camera looks so much clearer. Yeah, this is my actual camera. Like last stream, I was using my phone. Um, the plant is no, the plant is alive. Meet you by the end of that street. I would be so buff holding. I think my mic is like 2 or 3 kilograms. It's not heavy. Like obviously it's not like unbearable to lift or anything like that. But it's definitely heavy. And welcome in Demero. Hope you're doing well today. Put a pose. I guess yeah, I could put like art behind the wall. No, but there's a breaker. I can't really like cover the breaker because like what if I need to get in there? Like a breaker is a thing that you might need to like urgently open and turn off the electricity, right? Like, I mean, I maybe not urgently, but I'm assuming a situation could come up where you want to just turn it off. So I don't know if it's a good idea to cover it. That's why I'm like, oh, maybe this side is not the best. Because yeah, with the Ethernet port and everything, it's like, I don't know about this. Yeah, but then there's a gap behind the. I'll think about this. I'll think about this. And welcome in, Kavara. Thank you so much for the 40 months. Neat. Yeah, it's my new house. Um, is this a dedicated stream room, music room? It's like my office. So it's like I will work in here. I have my piano in here. I have um yeah, I mean I'll obviously stream in here because like my work desk and my stream desk are the same desk, obviously. Um, you would cover the breaker panel? Really? I feel like you're not supposed to. You're explicitly told that I'm never allowed to touch the breaker panel in your apartment. Sometimes you need to use it though. I can't remember. I think I turned off the breaker one time because I had to change the battery in my smoke detector, and like it's one of those ones that's like detached. It's like attached directly into the electricity line. So like you should um you should turn off the electricity before you mess with it. I think that's the only time I touched it. Or sometimes like if you trip the breaker, like if you for example, use the wrong voltage use the wrong voltage hair dryer and explode the hair dryer, you will trip the breaker and you need to reset it. Which, is just a random example, has not happened to me. But yeah, it can be used. Also, excuse my voice. Apparently I lost my voice a little because silly me, I scheduled my move for yesterday, like weeks ago. And then I realized, oh my God, got concert tickets to see Jade on the same day. And I was like, oh, this is stupid. Like, I cannot go to a concert the day I'm moving, can I? But it actually, it was fine. It was fine. Um, it it didn't start till like 8, and then she didn't come on till like 9. But her show was only like an hour, like a little over an hour, like just her. Um, so it wasn't like it wasn't like a whole ordeal. Like it was okay. And I got some. There was like seats at the back, and you could sit down. I was not standing in like the pit. Time for karaoke. Yeah, I guess I was singing along too intensely because my voice is a little shot. Hopefully it's recovered by tomorrow because I'm my singing lesson tomorrow. The Super Bowl is today. Oh, they have the Super Bowl at the same. Isn't the Olympics started as well? They have the Super Bowl at the same time as the Olympics. I thought that seems like a lot of sports at once. You think they would want to compete. Take one for the team on this one. Go to the con. No, I already went. I already went, and it was worth it. It was really really good. If you guys don't know, she used to be in Little Mix. But now she's a solo artist and she makes some really, really great pop songs. Um, and she's an incredible vocalist. Oh my gosh, she was so good live. Her vocals were amazing, especially no offense. After my last concert I went to last month was a Twice concert. Um, very night and day. Jade's mic was on. You could hear her very clearly. It wasn't like a really loud backtrack. If and there was actually zero backtrack like majority of the time, unless she wanted to do like ad libs and then there's a backtrack. Um, so yeah, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a K-pop fan. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I'm a K-pop concert fan. Unless maybe I just went to the wrong one. But yeah, welcome in law. It's just the Winter Olympic. Wait, but I'm from Canada, so like I think we like the Winter Olympics more here. And welcome in Chicano. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl's in the Olympics. Wow. For some reason, I thought the Super Bowl was in the fall, but I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. Obviously, I don't follow these things. Welcome in, Istat. Hope you're doing well today. No curling in the Summer Olymp. Yeah, we can't have curling. But we can't have an Olympics without curling and skeleton. Um, so it's winter. No, it's clearly not. Look at the weather here. And welcome in, Ernie. Thank you so much for the 58 months. Hope you're doing well today. So it's Sunday in February, whichever Sunday is today. The Super Bowl? For some reason I thought it was in the fall. I'm silly. Luge. Yeah, luge. Doubles luge. Damn. That's pretty sexy. Doubles luge. And Wakaman Ratzi. Yeah, my piano set up. My brother built the piano stand for me. By the time I had sorted out all the stuff, he had already built it. Big chillin' Sunday. I mean, yeah, I think I need to have a big chilling Sunday after yesterday. And of course, yesterday it was a torrential downpour. Oh my God. And today is a beautiful day. I'm like, bro, I should have moved today. I'm such an idiot. Like, I should have moved today. Yesterday I had a concert. Yeah, yesterday it was pouring rain and super windy to the point where like I have these like plastic bins, right? Like these Rubbermaid bins, like I don't know if you can see. Okay. I can't lift it up. Um I have a Rubbermaid bin, and it was so windy that if it wasn't attached, the bin lid flew off, and I was like, "How? Like it's not even that light." And Huckman Lee, get your stuff back, fund. I moved. Yeah, I did get. I robbed myself. I robbed myself by moving. Super Bowl usually comes on this. Yeah, I'm guessing it's usually at the same time every year, but I didn't. I had no idea. Imagine we get another ray gun problem in the figure skating event. What is ray gun problem? I have no idea. I've definitely heard of this person before, but I can't remember what they did. Um, but now you could put a piano redeem. I think it has to be like plugged in somehow, but I could try. I could try. Did you got a big day? There was 3 a.m. hockey and a Super Bowl. Did you watch 6 a.m. hockey, Ratsy? But yeah, I did not get robbed. I just moved house and nothing is unpacked. We got everything moved. Well, almost everything. There's a few things left in the old place, but we got everything moved. But there has been there's been minimal unpacking. Um, my mom and my brother, they like left after everything was moved, basically, because they can't leave Luca alone for too long. And we had a concert to go to, so it was yeah. And, the kitchen is mostly unpacked, but there's a lot of stuff not unpacked. Um, Ray Guns of Break. Yeah, okay, the one that everyone was making fun of, the Australian breakdancer. You weren't up. Fair enough. Unpacking is both fun and not. I kind of I don't know if this is like a hot take, but I kind of like packing and I kind of like unpacking because I think I just like organize. I think I just like organizing. So like aside from the manual labor aspect of it, because like I kind of like my back was like not happy about this. I think I'm old, like getting old now. Um, but like aside from like the part that's kind of painful, it's kind of nice. I don't know. The Piplup looks so diff. Oh no, he fell down. Oh, is this Piplup fallen on face? You pulled you up on the phone, so I'll leave it here so Ernie can hear you, but I'm gonna go do dishes. Good luck with the dishes. Um, you have hockey on right now. Nice. Who's playing? Is it like opening gifts? Not really, no. Can't really. I can't go that far with it. Like I think it's somewhat satisfying to unpack and unpack, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if it's as exciting. Moving is so tiring. It is. It is. I luckily I didn't have to do any heavy. I didn't do any heavy lifting, so maybe I can't say that. But I was doing a lot of coordination. I was doing all the move in and move out inspections for the old and new place, and the internet, getting the internet guy here. Um, Yeah, because I did most of the packing. I did most of the packing. Your back hurting while getting white hair, that should be getting, oh, I know, I know. The back pain is very, um, makes me feel old. Biplop had a big day. He didn't move, didn't have a seatbelt for the drive. I think Biplop was definitely in a box somewhere. Sweden and France, women's hockey. Ooh. I don't know who I'm cheering for. Well, surely Sweden will win, right? Because like Sweden's very strong in hockey. You're happy for your big move? Thank you. So where is Leon? Um, I think Leon's still at the old place with my mic mount. I think they're both there. Because I actually moved some things. I moved a bunch of drawers. Like, um, I don't know if you guys know, but I think I was talking about this last week, but I'm a big fan of plastic drawers. Like I keep all my clothes in like those plastic see-through drawers. And when I'm moving, it's such a big brain move. Like when you're moving, because like those drawers, they're on wheels. Oh, most of them have wheels, right? Like I'm wheeling out these drawers. They're really light, right? Like it's like if you compare it to like a dresser, because a dresser is like usually like wood or like IKEA wood or whatever, and they're fairly heavy. Um, and yeah, the see-through drawers like they're light. They roll if you want them to. So like honestly, I was moving those, but one of my drawers, I put all like my it's I use that as like a filing cabinet. Um, so it's kind of heavy, so I didn't move that one. And that's the one that had my mic shock mount in it. So there you go. And also, yeah, also plastic drawers don't work if it's too heavy. Because when I open the bottom drawer that has all the paper in it, it like tips forward. So I do need to replace. I think I need to move on from the plastic drawer for that specific case. I would not recommend it for heavy things, but for clothes, totally. And Welcome in Angel, Mr. Plant was a casualty of the move. He'll come back. I think he's still at the old place. I'll bring him over today. I don't think I've ever managed to pack everything in time before moving once. Wait, what do you do? What do you do with the stuff you didn't pack? You love the plastic drawers, makes moving way easy. I know. I mean, it's not even just for moving. They just kind of work. Like if you like, what's wrong with putting your clothes in the plastic drawers? Like they're see-through, so you can see what's inside. If I don't know. I don't know if you are confused about what's in your drawers, but like it could be. Um, Not honestly, nothing wrong with it at all. They're cheap. Um, they're the most yeah. I need to replace the one that has the heavy stuff in it. I think I'm gonna get a new desk, which I didn't have time to do before I moved, so I'm using my old desk. And now, don't worry, guys. The PC is on the desk. It's not on the carpet. Don't worry. Trust me on this one. I came home and my brother had already put the PC on the table. I think he was like, "There's no way you're putting this on the floor. Like I built this PC. You're not putting it on the carpet." So I think I came home, it was already there. And then also he had set up my monitor mounts, but they're a little too low. I don't know how to raise it. They don't just raise up. I think I need to like unscrew it or something. You packed it up late. Fair enough. Fair. I've been packing for weeks, and now I'm gonna be unpacking for weeks. Gonna tell Masim's upset his hat ain't unpacked. I think it's in the closet here. There's a closet here, and it has my guitars. It has my cosplays. I have a huge stack of cosplays. Um, so I think the hat is somewhere in the cosplay box because that seems like a reasonable place to put it. But yeah, he lost his hat. Some people have standards when it comes to chores. Hey, try. You don't know till you try it. You gotta try out the plastic drawers. Y'all are crazy. I can pack and move within 6 hours. Yeah, but okay. It's different. It's different when you live at home. Because like when I moved out from home, it was pretty easy because you just pack everything in your bedroom and everything else you have to buy, right? Like everything else you just buy, right? It's more about like making sure you have everything that you need in like a house, right? But when you moved out, okay, think about if your family had to move. Like if you had to move the house. Like that would take forever, no? Your PC is on the carpet. Do not tell my chat that. They will they will come for you. You're building a new PC soon? Wait, what about the RAM though? Just bunnies in the PC? My PC is very clean right now because it's only a few months old. Yeah, but now that my PC is on my desk, I do want to make it look cute. Maybe I should buy the $16 each fan covers. Such a scam. Oh my God, okay. It's not only that. Those okay. I talked about these fan covers a couple times, but there's these like 3D printed like little fan covers you could put on that have like little hearts or whatever. And they look really cute. Um and so yeah, so there's these fan covers, right? But not only are they $16 each, you have to pay $25 for shipping. And I'm like, how these aren't heavy. Like these are like they're just 3D printed like thing like they're like this thin, they just go on top of the fan. Like I don't they're $25. I just feel like I'm getting scammed. I'm like, maybe I should just get a maybe I should just I was like, I should just get a 3D printer. I should make my own. And then they could be cinema roll, you know? I want a cinema roll PC. You play guitar? Not well, not well. Did the Blackpink shirt survive? I donated it. Sorry. I think I have the sweater still. Did unpacking really take that long? Get the second streamer I watched has moved recently and they're also still unpacking after a week. I moved yesterday, Angel. Give me a minute. I don't think it actually will take that long though. I think I'm like 30 to 40% unpacked and I haven't even started unpacking myself. Um so once I actually start, I think it will be pretty fast. But it depends how much stuff you have. Like if you're moving like a whole house. Like if you're like a 5-person family and you're like moving the whole house, like that's gonna be a lot. I need to catch up. Okay, true. Rats. I feel like Ratsy, if you moved out, you'd be like that guys really live like this meme where like you know like where the guy just has like the TV on the floor and like like I think that'd be you. No offense, but I think it's true. Because you'd be like, why buy furniture when I could buy Triple S tickets? You guys pay $400 USD for rent with a why? Why would you do that? Do you desperately need a PC? Because, like, I just feel like I cannot justify that. Because, like, you know it's not that expensive. I guess, but then that's the same thing for, like, scalped concert tickets. Like, you know they're not worth that much, actually, but like, you have no choice. Unless if you really want to, if you're, like, dying to go. I just heard that NVIDIA is not going to come out with 60 series card because they invested too much in the AI bubble. Come on. But at IKEA, buy a thing called a dresser. I don't like dressers. I'm anti-dresser. First time I seen you flustered, overpriced bad go. It's a big deal. No, I will. I have. I can crash out. What do I crash out over though? Maybe yeah, maybe overpriced items crash out. I think I crashed out over something else recently too. I can't remember what it was. Um, we did not unpack one day later. Angel's like a drill sergeant. Like Angel's like, how dare you? um. No, I think Angel's talking about my other comment about saying I'm gonna be unpacking for weeks. I don't think I'm gonna be unpacking for weeks. Um, why does it bother you so much that guys don't need much to be happy? You can't live like that, lol. I mean, if you're happy, you're happy. But um, but if you want to date women and you want to live with said women, single women, or maybe multiple women, I don't know. Um, then you're gonna have to change your ways. Or maybe you find a woman who is okay with that. I'm sure there's women that are okay with that. I don't see hardware going down in price anytime soon. I mean, yeah. That's the thing. It's like if it's expensive because of AI, like AI's not going away, obviously, because like every company's like AI. Um, but like I feel like surely they'll increase the supply, right? Like if it's a supply and demand issue, surely they'll increase the supply. And welcome in Nether. Thank you, thank you. At IKEA, they have plenty of nice options. You know, I'm too good for IKEA. No, I'm kidding. No, because these shelves, they are not IKEA, and they're beautiful. Oh my God. They're solid wood, I think. They're mostly solid wood. I think maybe the doors are not. I don't really know. Um, but yeah, when I got these shelves and I saw them and comparing it to like the IKEA shelves, I was like, damn, maybe actually nice furniture is like kind of worth it. I don't know. You crash out when you find out a plush is a weave. No. I'll crash out over weaves, yeah. You know, I know, I will crash out. Yeah, I'll crash out over weaves. I'll crash out over anime. If you want to date women, don't be happy. No, if you want to date women, keep women happy. Date women, no. We're dating women in here? If you want to, Libby. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Live with women? Exactly, exactly. You gotta have, I mean, okay, at a certain point, furniture is a little practical, no? When like as I'm here, I'm like, oh, there's some furniture I kind of want. Like, um, firstly, I don't have a sofa. My sofa, my furniture order was delayed, and of course, the thing that's delayed is a sofa, and it's not arriving until March. I'm like, oh, it's great, it's great. Um, Too good for IKEA. Tax brackets are different. No, honestly, I've recently there was like this. I was looking about I was looking up about like I was like, why is non-IKEA furniture so expensive? Because like you would think a step up from IKEA is like a little bit more expensive, but a step up from IKEA is like a lot more expensive. Um, and then like I saw this Reddit comment. I think I mentioned this before, but I saw a Reddit comment that was like, oh, like I went through the stages of grief, like about furniture prices, because like you go in like denial, and then you're angry, and then you're upset, and then you accept that that's what furniture costs. And I was like, I had the same thing. You're not gonna violate rule number four. I should change the rule number four. It's like no flirting except for the girls. um, I laugh whenever someone in chat tries to raise you and ban them for being weird. Yeah, but then you'd have like if I specifically put that in the rules, then people would be like, "Oh, I'm a girl, trust me," and I'm like, "You're not a girl. I can tell. The vibes are not right." Cause like the way that girls flirt with girls, the things that they say is different. Like you can tell when it's like, cause guys, um, their flirting is worse. March will be here before you. I know, Will. But yeah, there's a lot of things I still need to buy, but um, I bought like the basics. I bought what I need to survive. But there's like little stuff, and like everyone's like, oh, like don't buy all your furniture before you move in, because like as you live in the space, you'll realize like, oh, I need like a nightstand here, I need like a end table here, stuff like that. And welcome in, Matt. Only nice thing IKEA has is their TV stands. Everything but a bunch of furniture. It's where last time I bought furniture would cost the same price as this particle board crab. Yeah. I think there's good and bad items to buy. I've been watching a lot of interior decorating videos. And yeah, there's definitely like stuff that you want to like obviously if you can. Um if you can only afford all IKEA, like fair enough. Like do what you need to do. But like I think if you're trying to gauge like price for quality like value, then yeah, there's certain things like TV stands is something that you could definitely buy at IKEA, because like you're not gonna put a lot of wear and tear on that, right? But like something like a sofa, right? Like you don't want to buy like a really cheap sofa, which I did before. But yeah, you don't want to buy like a really cheap sofa because that's something that gets a lot of wear and tear. So it's like stuff like that. That's why I want to invest in like a nicer desk, because my desk, the IKEA desk is like really, it's my desk is like bent. It's like bowing down right now. Um, Beyond IKEA is like unique, insane stuff. I mean, there's still like there's like article and stuff like that. That's like it's like a step up from IKEA. It's still like mass produced, but it's like way more expensive than IKEA still. But yeah, there's a lot of crap from IKEA. Like there's some things from IKEA that look cheap and are super cheap and will break. Um, like like a lack table. Like you cannot put too much stuff on a lack table. It will break. If you kick it the wrong way, it will fall apart. Furniture should be expensive as it is, but we should also earn more money. True, we should all earn more money. What do girls what do girls say when they flirt with girls? That's for girls to know. Well, I'm sure Olivia will be happy to. Uh, you got a nice sofa, thankfully. Yeah, I got like a medium range sofa because I don't know if I'm still at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay like $10,000 for a sofa. I don't know. Um, isn't it crazy how IKEA made everyone's homes look the same? Yeah, I think another tip that I saw that was like, oh, if you buy like a lot of things from IKEA, but you buy like a few things that aren't from IKEA, then you won't have like the all IKEA look. Like your house won't look like an IKEA showroom, you know? And I'm like, I think that makes sense as well. Your brother bought a TV stand from IKEA and the sticker ripped when he tried to pull it off. I wish I didn't use such awful stickers on painted surf. Oh, the veneer came off. Oh no. That's so much. That's never happened to me with IKEA, but that's stupid. They put stickers on the on that surf. I know exactly what surfers you're talking about. The price of furniture is why I thrift a lot of. I mean, thrifting is such a good deal, right? Like like solid wood stuff lasts forever, and if you buy it thrifted, it's like a much better deal, and it holds up. Like it's not like it's. I mean, I think thrifting like thrifting surfaces like hard pieces is like a really good thing to do. Um, Obviously with like sofas and stuff, you have to be a bit more careful. So I want a big boulder. It will never break. Right. IKEA's gone downhill pretty bad. That's the thing. Like a lot of places, I've noticed this especially with clothing. Um, the price, like the price goes up, but the quality gets worse, right? So like even clothing companies where, um, even clothing companies where it used to be like high quality and it's like a little more on the expensive side, even the kind of expensive furniture can be really cheap, like cheaply made. Your bedside front table is from IKEA is really nice, but it's old. They don't make it anymore and only have one with like two. Yeah, I guess you just gotta buy two new ones, right? Because like otherwise they won't match. But yeah, I think older IKEA stuff is a lot nicer because I know my mom, like in her house, a lot of the furniture that we've had since I was like since we moved there was is from IKEA and it's like completely fine. But I think they just don't make it like they used to. Because I think IKEA used to make certain solid wood pieces, but they do not do that anymore. Um, I'm tempting Libby too much. Uh, IKEA still is great. Yeah, I think maybe the meatballs have not. Honestly, I bought some IKEA meatballs last time I was there, and they're a bit greasy. I don't know. Your non-IKEA furniture looks like IKEA furniture. No, all particle board. No. I mean, you don't want to pay non-IKEA prices for particle board, you know? Like I feel like I'm only gonna pay non-IKEA prices if I can tell that the quality is better. Will these still last 20 years? I mean, I'm not old. I know exactly what you mean though. Like I think it's just like the p- the price of materials goes up and they don't want to increase the prices. Uniqlo has a baby monster collab. I do love Uniqlo. I do love Uniqlo. I don't think I need a baby monster clothes though. Why don't you get it? Go hit up Uniqlo and get your baby monster clothes. But yeah, it's I think what I need so far is like I really want a new desk, obviously, because I really want a solid wood desk. Because this desk is struggling. This desk now has a PC on it as well, and it's I don't think it's gonna survive. It's already really bent and it's IKEA, right? So the veneer is chipping. It doesn't look good. Um, yeah, so I want a desk. And what else? Um, Hold on one second. And I need a coffee table, but I can't get a coffee table until I have a sofa. So it's like what can you do, you know? So it's a I think everything else can wait a little bit, but I think I have what I need to survive. We'll just have to unpack, see what it's like. I want to make my background looks nice too. Maybe I should flip around my. What do you guys think? Because like you can see that, right? Like the depth of this shelf, this part of the wall pops out. You know what I mean? Like the if it's like a bird's eye view, it's like this. You know what I mean? If it's like this, and I put my desk here, there's a gap here. What should I do with that? Am I? But like, I don't know if you can see the depth on the camera, so I was trying to. The lighting makes it clear. Okay, I wasn't sure if you guys could tell, because for me it just looks white, but you can see there like a little bit of a shadow. A soda machine. I don't drink soda. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think okay, because like the shelves going here weirdly fits perfectly. Like I didn't buy the shelves having measured this wall, but this shelf fits perfectly here, and this shelf fits perfectly here, and I'm like, that's crazy. So it feels like it's like okay. Also, there's like a reflection in the there's like a reflection in like a building down below. Do you see it? It's like really shining in my face. Um, but yeah, it's a if I put my desk on this side, which is where the Ethernet port is, there'll be a gap. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it. And I think these shelves are heavy. Um, you didn't think soda? She bans people for liking Dr. Pepper? That was one time. That was one time. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll BRB. I think I drank too much tea. Also, I'm gonna close this blind because I'm being blinded. Um, yeah, quick BRB and enjoy the Mallow Mart. You don't like Dr. Pepper? That's good. That's good. Okay, and now because my apartment is so much bigger, the bathroom is a little farther away. It's a few extra steps away. So yeah, don't I will try not to get lost. Okay, BRB. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Are the blinds thin? I had to hang a flat sheet from the blind so the sun reflecting off my white desk wouldn't blind me every day at noon. These blinds are actually fairly thick, which is good. Cause at my old place, the blinds were like what those like the blinds the blinds in the bedroom, um were a bit thicker, but the ones in the living room were like kind of the ones you can see through. So I ended up like yeah, I ended up also doing the same thing. I hung like a blanket from one of the blinds because it was like really like the sun was like right in my face and the blinds were not doing anything about it. Just getting this Cali experience. Yeah, you gotta get a bit longer of a mellow mark break. The bathroom is not that far. But it's definitely so much more like because this apartment is about twice the size of my old apartment. So there is a lot more space to walk. You know what I mean? Like my old apartment was tiny. I thought it's at my apartment too. Yeah, I guess that's quite common. But yeah, I'm glad these. Yeah, so the living area, it's like it's one of these like new condos, right? So like there's so many. I think I have like a corner unit, and it's all windows. Like the part on the outside is all windows, and I'm like, it was so bright. It was like blinding when I walked out this morning. Um, Speaking of blinds, you want a new one so the sun can't blind me? That's good. That's good. Blinds are very important. Condo? I mean, yeah, most places here are condos. Um, I actually, what is the difference between an apartment and a condo? It's like the ownership, right? I'm renting, so I guess it doesn't really matter for me. Or apartments are like just for renting, and condos are for owning. But I'm renting anyway, so it doesn't it doesn't matter. Um, did you see Lindsay Vaughn? That's the girl who was like injured, right? Did you move into a showroom? No, no. Yeah, but it's very. It just I don't know. Condos are just like that these days. Like there's like Vancouver puts up like a million high rises. Like every day there's probably like one new high rise in Vancouver. Um, so and they're all kind of like this. Like they're all quite similar. Like white walls, huge windows, really fancy, really fancy kitchen fixtures, like stuff like that. But this one has AC, which I'm so excited. I mean, it's winter right now, so there's nothing to be excited yet. But you know, exciting. Um, and Anthony, welcome in. Thank you, thank you. Is that a typo or are you calling me Miha? Um, that sounds lovely to be on. It is. I like it. I don't know if it's like good to buy, like in terms of like investment value or like like value of because they were very expensive. But to rent, I think it's so nice. I love it. I love high rise living personally. No bugs. Big one. No bugs. Amenities, like everything's all handled, right? Like you don't have to worry about anything outside. You could just throw out your garbage in the garbage room, stuff like that. And welcome in, Sacred. It's almost like you moved. I did. I'm doing good. How are you? And welcome in, Ricky. You're gonna get your arm tired? No, this mic is light. Because I was considering, I have everything. This is my mic. And I have everything for my old mic except the thing to connect it to the mount. Because I even have the mount. I just don't have the thing to connect it to. And I was considering just holding my current mic, but it's so heavy. It is so heavy. And welcome in, Thunder. AC, what's that? It's a beautiful thing. I've never personally experienced it myself, but it's my first time. The new apartment's looking good. Thank you, thank you. Um, I type on my back. I was like, I guess you could call me Miha if you want, but um, do you plan to buy a place eventually? I mean, yeah, eventually, but I don't know if I'll buy a condo. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the right thing to do, you know? My cousin and his husband, they bought a duplex, and I'm like, oh, a duplex sounds really nice. I don't know. Because in Vancouver, buying just a house is out of the question. It's either like a duplex or a townhouse, probably would be um something I'd be willing to buy. A little game called Animal Crossing, so true. Um, Was your streaming setup one of the first things you set up? Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, the kitchen is like half unpacked. The bed is set up, obviously. The I kind of unpacked everything I needed for like toiletries and stuff like that. But yeah, my I obviously had the streaming setup. You gotta set up your PC first. Like if you move, you gotta set up your PC first. And welcome in, Milligram. Yes, I just moved. Hope you're doing well. Piano looks like a heavenly object with all that. I know. You can't even see like the base. Cause I just had the bottom with the curtains open. Otherwise it's like a little too bright. And I didn't set up my streaming lights, so I needed a bit of lighting. So the bottom of the curtains are open, so the piano is just like glowing. um, does it mean little girl in Spanish? I think it means like daughter or like I don't know. I think it means like kind of like that. I think a younger woman or something. Duplex sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen. What if your neighbor is a poopy head? That's true. That's true. But like, if you live in like an apartment, that's the same thing. You have multiple neighbors. But then with duplex, it's like it's just you and them, you know? Because like if it's like an apartment, if there's like other people around, I guess it's a blessing and a curse. But like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think you got to get lucky with the neighbor. Yeah, and I don't like having to like develop a relationship with them. I know what you mean. The thing I like about high rises is like everyone kind of keeps to themselves. You don't like know your neighbors in a high rise. At least in Vancouver, you don't. Um, but in a duplex, you would definitely need to know your neighbors. And I'm like, do I want to be? I want a situation where I'm like friends with my neighbors. I don't know. I mean, it's probably like a good. It probably is a good thing though, because like they could have a. If you get close to them, it's like, oh, you can give them a spare key, or they can tell you if there's like something going on with your house, right? Like I guess that's a good thing, but I don't really like it. You're thinking about your next living situation right after you moved here? No, I'm just talking about. I mean, I'll eventually buy a place. That is something on in the back of my mind. Um, last time I moved, the first thing I said was my okay. I did that too. The bed, yeah. If you give me 20 years, I can go split on a house in Vancouver. I'm okay, Retsy. You've been in your house for almost 4 years and barely know your neighbor. Are your neighbors like far away, or do you just never see them? You don't even know your neighbors at your parents' house? Your parents do, though. I know some neighbors, but I think the neighbors have changed a lot over the years. Growing up, I mean, they still live there, but like growing up, the next door neighbor, was a boy in my class. So I didn't know their family that well, but obviously I knew the son because like we went to school together. And before, like a bunch of people in my neighborhood were like around my age, but these days a lot of them moved out, and there's a lot of like young kids in the neighborhood. Um, so like I don't really I don't really know them, but we know a few of our neighbors. Actually, my mom I grew up in a townhouse. My mom lives in a townhouse, and in the townhouse is like one of my our family friends, my childhood friend. Um, so I got behind on chat. Neighbors are nosy. That'd be like the worst case scenario. A really nosy duplex neighbor. I live in a high rise in Toronto. I don't know my neighbors, but sometimes the company that owns the building hosts free social events for tenants. Well, that's nice. Do you ever go? I feel like I wouldn't go, but I appreciate the concept. But yeah, I don't know my neighbors. Kavar says interact with the neighbors more than me. Fair enough. He seems like he would. The houses are pretty close. I just don't interact with them much. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. Like, but like, cause like you live in the Midwest, right? Like, are people more like people are more like would be more like wanting to talk to you and stuff, right? Or is that not the case? Because in Vancouver, like people, a lot of people really do keep to themselves in Vancouver. We kind of just mind our own business and we don't really talk to people that we don't know. Yeah, very friend. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I would not, as someone who grew up here in like the Pacific Northwest, it is such a different vibe. Um, you did once. It kind of sucked because it rained. It was supposed to be an outdoor event. Did you meet a friend? So it's like everyone on Twitch is kind of an introvert. Yeah, yeah, that kind of checks out, yeah. Um, but yeah, it's speaking of raining, it was like I said, it was pouring rain yesterday. And today, of course, that has to be like the most beautiful sunny day, the day after I moved. But there's not much you can do about that in Vancouver, honestly. You got if you move in Vancouver, speaking of the Pacific Northwest as well, you got to be prepared. If you move, you can't be like, "Oh, I'm not going to move on a day where it's raining." Like that you'll never move. And especially if you need to like book stuff in advance. Like you just got to hope and pray, but it's like a 70% chance or 80% chance, depending on the time of year, that it will be miserable. You also don't hang out outside much, which I think would be a requirement to getting no neighbors. Yeah, I don't really like outside either. I never use my balcony. My old place, it has a really big balcony, and I never used it. I went out there only a couple times, and only because something was happening outside, and I wanted to be nosy and see what's going on. You know? That's why I'm like, I don't think I really. That's why I love living in a condo, but just like I think just long term in terms of buying. I don't know if a condo makes sense. Um, I think, but then I'm thinking like, oh, if I live in a townhouse or a duplex, there's gonna be bugs. Ah, I hate bugs. And then like there's gonna be a yard. Like, oh, don't really like yard. At least people are here too, but for some reason, all the people who do talk to strangers think I want to talk to them. No, they just talk to everyone, I think. Oh my God, no one talks to me in the elevator at my old place. I'm sure it's the same here, but like one time, like last week, I was in the elevator and like I was when I was going down to the garbage, these two guys were chatting, and I was like, I guess they know each other, right? And they were just like chatting a lot, like very intensely, not intensely, but like they were talking about a lot of things. And then on the way up, I was in the same elevator as one of the guys, and then he started talking to me. I was like, oh, this guy's just a chatty guy, like, um, and then he was like, it was like non-stop conversation. It wasn't even like, oh, how you doing today? Like, you doing good? It was like, no, he kept finding new conversation topics all the way up to my floor. I was like, bro. I was like, bro. Maybe he's not from here, but I don't know. You're very intuitive. Thank you. Is that, are you being genuine or did I miss something? Yard work, I would not. You have a constant, persistent fear of bugs. I would just prefer to live in a place without bugs. Cause like growing up in my mom's house, in the townhouse, but like there were so many spiders. Every time I go back to my mom's house, there's spiders. Maybe doesn't text him back. We didn't exchange numbers. It was just an elevator conversation. Um, Yard, get a dog, lock him in red. That's true. That is a good point. If I had a yard, I could have a dog. I don't want a dog at this point in my life though. But if I was at the point in my life where I'm like buying a property, I think I'm settled down enough to be like, I can have a dog, you know? But right now, I don't want one. Um, yeah, they didn't know each. I thought I thought they knew each other, but that guy was just a yapper. I do dislike it when people talk. Yet you're in my stream. That was genuine. Okay, thank you. Think he tries to be your friend. No, I think he just likes small talk. Um, Spiders. Ernie is them. Ernie loves living with spiders. Okay, bugs. Got to live in a modern building high up, so the bugs rarely get in. Yeah, I think the only issue is wasps. And I don't know if it's the same in Toronto, um, but in Vancouver, most apartments and stuff, they don't have like like a screen on the windows. I guess because like it's like aesthetics, right? Um, so like there's never any screen on the windows. So that's why I'm like really excited to live in a place with AC because I won't have to open the windows in the summer, right? Because you could just close the windows and have the AC on. So I think that'll be so nice because that's the only bugs I get, and honestly, it's not a great bug to get because wasps are really scary. That's the only thing that can come that high up. Because I've never once had a spider. Um, like I lived above like the 10th floor, and you don't really get you don't get spiders at that height. Um, let's not start that up again. Ernie, we will never forget. Like I was just trying to make conversation with Mija was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this?" Because we're in Vancouver. We're in Vancouver. People don't do that here. If you're like, yeah, if you're like from the Midwest and you're like very you have that Midwest friendliness and you come to Vancouver, everyone will be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like legitimately. Like you will get a lot of very cold responses. People trying to end the conversation. Like we do not do that here. Um, but you're a yapper too. I'm not a small talk person though. I don't yap to strangers. Um, your hands are so wrinkly from the. I have dish gloves because my hands get so dry, even without dish soap. Like just regular everyday activities, my hands are so dry. Do you get a lot of bugs? No, no, just the occasional wasp. Like every in the summer, maybe every month or so, maybe yeah, maybe every month or so. I mean, the wasps fly around, but they don't really get in super often. Um, but oh my God, sometimes Vancouver has like a stink bug infestation. That's the worst as well because the stink bugs are huge. They're like this this big, and they're like they have like a really like thick shell, and they have gross wings. Ugh, I hate them. Your balcony has screens, but they have to move to let me onto the balcony, and they're not actually close enough to the windows to actually stop bugs. Then what's the point? 10 floors would have been a long conversation. I mean, these days elevators are really fast. Like 10 floors is like I don't know, 10, 20 seconds, but the amount of conversation I think it stopped on a few other floors. And that's why he kept talking to me about like he was like, "Oh, talk to me about the weather." And then he was like, "Oh, I need to go take my dog on a walk." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm working today." I was like, "Can you shut up?" Like obviously I was very polite. Like I wouldn't be I would never be rude. And no one in Vancouver would ever be rude, right? Like everyone would be very we were like polite but like dismissive. Um but yeah, I was like, this guy. You would have a heart attack being in public with me. Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I think it's just culture shock, you know, because like the only cultures I've like experienced in depth is like Vancouver and Japan. And Japan, like, yeah, people don't talk to they don't talk to strangers in Japan. Um, so I never experienced that kind of friendliness, I guess. Vancouver sounds like a delight. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it depends what you like. Like, it's for some people, that's like, you know, what am I trying to say? Like, for me, it's like, for example, like, I like that. Like, people are polite, but we keep to ourselves. I don't really need to engage in small talk with people I don't know. But I know some people, if you come from a place where people aren't like that, people would think people are mean or cold or something. Everyone's a stranger till you get to know them, but not everyone needs to not be a stranger anymore, you know? Dish gloves are a smart idea. Yeah, I love dish gloves. And then you don't feel gross about like picking up gross wet food, you know? Germany is full of spiders all around. I hated someone. Is there like more spiders than average? Like is there like a metric, like a stat about like which country has the most spiders per square foot, per square kilometer or whatever, you know? Not square foot. Um, I mean, as long as it's not Australia, you know? You've been stuck in an elevator five? That's so often. I've been stuck in an elevator 0 times. You must have been very unlucky. You hit every button, so oh my God, I would actually get out. I'm walking in Risto. Love how you appeared as soon as you said Japan. Suspicious. Hope you're doing well today, Risto. Ernie is very talkative with people she knows, but uses a self-checkout whenever possible to avoid interaction with a stranger. I mean, like, yeah, I don't mind interaction with, I don't mind like necessary interaction with strangers. Like, I don't have a problem, like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot on stream, but like, I think there's two types of people in terms of that, where it's like, if you can't find something at the store, do you ask the employee? There's an employee right there. Do you ask them? Do you ask them where it is? Or do you just go home? or like try and look it up. Because like I don't really mind in terms of like the cashier, unless the cashier is like super chatty. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm the same though. I am chatty with people I know. Although actually, I think Ernie is a bigger yapper than me. Like I know it's hard for people to believe that some people yap more than me, but I think Ernie talks more than me. With people she knows, and I'm the same in terms of like I will talk with people I know a lot, but yeah, in public I don't really talk to people. Fair, you know it's true. Um, well, I told a girl at the bar she's paltry. I can't even. Yeah, that's a. I don't think it's gonna work. Well, Australia probably wins this spider race. It must. Um, this is my floor. Didn't you hit 10? Yes, but my entrance to the stairs is on 3. Yeah, I would evacuate. I'd be like, oh, sorry, I need to go to the lobby. I need to get. Oh, I forgot my mail. I need to go check my mail. Yeah, ask is the last resort. I mean, yeah, I look as much as I can, but after it, I don't want to waste too much time. Get me in Discord. I have exactly. If approaching an employee, don't ask them, "Hey, do you work here?" As a former retail worker, I can tell you that we internally roll our eyes. Sometimes it's a valid question, cause like I have been, I have been asked. I've been at a store as a shopper. I've never worked at a retail store, and I've been asked 2 or 3 times in my life. Like, hey, I need to use it. Like, I'll be waiting in the change room for someone. They'll be like, oh, I need to try on 3 items. I'm like, don't work here. um, so sometimes it's valid to ask, especially if they don't have like. But if they're like, if you're at like Walmart and they're very obviously in the Walmart uniform, then it's like, why would you ask that? Me do get PTSD. Have you ever seen a flying roach? Yeah, I don't think. I think I can't go to Japan in the summer. Not only because of the heat, but because of the it's cockroaches. And welcome in, Aqua. Hope you're doing well today. A spider would eat roaches. True. I would never go to Australia. And welcome in, Minnie. Hope you're doing well today. When someone random talks to you in Costco, wait, who's talking to you in Costco? Do they think do you just look like a Costco employee? Um, wouldn't everyone get PTSD from flying roaches? Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like no one would enjoy that. But I'm sure people who live with them are used to it. Because, like, my family in Japan, like, there's cockroaches all the time in the summer. I like to wear a red shirt and khakis to Target and then yell at people who ask me where stuff is. Honestly, like, I guess, yeah, you can't go to Target in the red shirt or, like, Walmart in the blue shirt, you know? Miji pays me to lurk 80% of the time. Please do not surpass your 20% chatting quota. The worst thing is when you think they're talking to you and they aren't. So you respond and are instantly embarrassed. It's okay, it's okay. I'm sure they don't even remember it the next day. Or even like 10 minutes from now. But yeah, it's yeah, I think I've only been asked at clothing stores about like people I guess I just look like the demographic where I work at a clothing store. And I'm like, I guess that's fair enough, but like I don't work here. And I guess at clothing stores, they just wear the clothes from the store. They don't necessarily, there's no uniform. But usually they have like a lanyard or something. So it's like, wow, these lines are so long. And like, I should have come at a later time. Or like, they need to hire more people. What is going on? That is the most like white people behavior. um, but yeah, I've never experienced this at my Costco. And Risto, thanks for the 7th stream, Shriek. I'm gonna start waving at people when Ernie makes me go to stores, and they'll assume they've forgotten who I am and start a conversation. She'll love it. Poor Ernie. I'm so sorry, Ernie. Um, do I stream here? Nah. You answer when the waiter asks if you're enjoying your meal, only to realize they're talking to the group in the next table. Wait, how do you mistake that though? Are the tables really close together? Gotta look for the yeah, they tell them. Tell those people. They gotta look for the lanyard. I don't work here. Um why did I marry him again? You know why, Ernie? You married him despite that. Um but yeah, it's yeah, I think I mean I never talked I don't think I've ever talked to anyone at Costco personally. Or at the actually I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone at the grocery store. Maybe it's just the area I live in, I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends about moving because like one of my friends actually moved to my old neighborhood like right as I moved out. He was like, "Oh, do you still live in this area? Like I'm moving here." And I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm leaving, but we'll be in the same place for like a month." Um, but yeah, he was like, I was talking about like, "Oh, I'm moving to this new neighborhood." Um, moved to this new neighborhood, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of curious what like." I haven't lived in this neighborhood before, so I'm curious what it's like, what the vibe is and stuff like that. And he was like, hold on, do you participate in the neighborhood? Like, do you participate in the community? Like, and I was like, no, that's not what I meant. I was talking about like just like whether there's stuff nearby, like grocery stores or whatever, or like if it's like walkable, if it feels safe, like that kind of thing. And he was like, damn, I thought you were participating in the most white person thing I've ever it was like, why are you participating in the neighborhood? Like, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not participating in the neighborhood. But yeah, when I'm thinking something like, oh, like joining an HOA, like that kind. That's the same vibe. Like Um, Kavaris talks big, but he hates going to the store. I don't really like going to the store either. Cause I'm too lazy to go out. But like, also I feel like I want to get the stuff I want to get. And welcome in Roland. It's I have my camera. It has a skin smoother, but I do have nice skin, so thank you. Heard you were coming. Yeah, for real, for real. Um, I was like, oh, you're moving here? I gotta leave. Although I haven't even like seen him. At the neighborhood. We work at the same company though, so this conversation happened in our work chat. Um, I hope we never get HOAs in Canada. Are they not a thing here? Because I just hear about them because you guys know I like reading Reddit stories, and all I hear is like horror stories about HOAs. And also, I heard that speaking of HOAs being like a super white person thing, apparently the original I don't know if this is true or if it's just some random redditor like just making it up, which wouldn't be the first time. But apparently the original purpose of HOAs was to like keep minorities out of their neighborhood. Like, which I completely believe, by the way. That sounds like something that would be totally true. So I don't know if someone can confirm. Yeah, it's not surprising. 100% it was. Yeah, right? Okay, I'm not surprised it's true then. Because like that makes sense, right? Because like I'm like, what is the point of this? Like it's just people bullying other people in their neighbor, or like like being so nosy. Like who cares what other people are doing? Um, let's go to Costco and debate the people heading us down. Oh God, you guys have fun. But I didn't know we don't have HOAs in Canada. Because I guess thinking about it, I've never heard about it. Because like we have stratas, like in like condos, townhouses, or stratas. But like stratas have a purpose, right? Um, and they're not like just there to enforce like you know like it's not like a single family house, right? Like stratas make sense because there's like maintenance that happens for like you don't sorry what am I trying to like for example if you live in a condo there's a lot of like stuff that needs to be done for the condo that's not necessarily specific to you, right? So that it makes sense to have a strata. There are bad stratas though. um but yeah, it's a I would not want to live in a I would not want to live in a HOA if they're anything like I've heard in the stories. Considering the time period that HOAs are probably founded, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, yeah, surely everything found in that time period was like racist. Um, I've heard that there are rare HOAs in the US where they actually build community amenities and stuff, but it seems like most of them are just nosy neighbors harassing people. Yeah, seems like it. We specifically made sure we didn't have a HOA. Yeah, that honestly, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. 'Cause like, do you really want someone telling you like, "Oh, like you need to like do this to your lawn," or like you can't have this outside, like, "Oh, you have this like piece of furniture outside, it's too ugly, like you can't have that showing." Like that sounds such a nightmare. I was like, I want people to just mind their own business, you know? Maybe that's why we don't have them here. It's this true. When courts struck down racial covenants, HOAs became the new enforcement mechanism. Same exclusion, different wrapper. I see. I see. Wait, so like, how did they enforce it though? Like, was there like how are they? Did they just make? Because like HOAs can make bylaws. So like, was there just like a bylaw saying like you can't live here if you're not white? Or like, were they just like really harsh on the black people who moved in, or like the people of color who moved in and like kind of force them out by being awful? They're much more common with townhomes or God forbid gated communities. Here townhomes have a strata. Cause like with townhomes, like I grew up in a townhome, and it makes sense. Cause like the stuff on the outside is managed. Like you don't do that yourself, right? Like in terms of like the landscaping, if there's like common areas or fixing the roofs, or like they recently like repainted the townhomes. Um, that kind of stuff. Like the stuff on the outside is all handled by the strata, and you pay a strata fee every month. But that's because they actually like do stuff. And there's like a driveway as well. Like so like that kind of like salting the driveway, like that kind of stuff it's the responsibility of the strata. Um I mean I kind of get it because you don't want your neighbor to ruin your life and have to deal with the cops, but also it very quickly becomes a dictator. Yeah, I think it's just like it depends how it's run. And I feel like it's better to just not have one because the you don't want the chance of it being a bad one, right? Or it can even start as a good one and could turn into a badly run HOA. We just in a gated community. I did not grow up in a gated community. We just pretending to be one of us. I did grow up in a fairly rich area, but I we were not rich. You guys know I mean I don't think you guys know, but I did not grow up rich. Um, Even if I maybe overpaid now, I did not grow up rich. Imagine early HOAs were just extra nitpicky on residents that it didn't meet their standards, trying to drive them out. Oh yeah, that makes sense, but it's awful. But I bet a lot of HOAs are like still racist now. Like I do not doubt that. You like yeah, Ricky. You should I mean you can lie in bed and watch the stream, but don't go back to sleep. We like hanging out with you. Also, it's like almost 2 p.m. You cannot go back to sleep. HOA started the community management in Levittown, 1940s for veterans housing. But they grew from earlier restrict covenant legal tools explicitly designed to keep black, Jewish, and Asian families out of white neighborhoods. The 1920s, 1940s covenant said things like, no property shall be sold to anyone not of the Caucasian race. Ugh, yeah, that's awful. I'm not surprised at all. Um, Humans doing stupid human things. Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of people are racist. I mean, yeah, exactly, right? So like, I think there must I mean there must be racist HOA just because yeah, just because there's racist people in the world. Um that's what I don't know. I don't think I could live anywhere that's not very diverse. Cause like I mean obviously there's still racism in diverse cities, don't get me wrong, but it's less common, right? Cause like mm, I think the more you're exposed, like if you grow up in like a like school where it's pretty diverse and there's a lot of different ethnicities and stuff like that and different cultures, I think you are less likely to become racist. So I think it's less common in diverse cities, but it's still it doesn't mean it's gone. I just don't think I could ever live in a city that's not diverse. Especially like not being white personally. It is weird going to places and being the only non-white person. Because I don't know if you guys have. I mean, if you're not white, I guess you have not experienced. Or even if you are white, maybe you went to Japan and you're suddenly the only white person in the building. You know, like it is a weird feeling. Even if nothing might happen, it's just like I don't know. I don't really like it. I can get some coffee. I better still be here when I come back. Unless you take like 40 minutes to make your coffee, I will still be here. In my city where I live in, there's some areas that have their area names. So we have like a diverse area, you can say. There's like rich areas, Hispanic community area, LGBT, African American. We have the highest Vietnamese, Indian, Pakistani, and Arabs. Nice, nice. I heard like you're from Texas, right? I heard Austin is very diverse. I don't know about the rest of Texas, but I heard Austin is like really, really a lot kind of like a very progressive area, even though it's in the South. The feeling being mixed, yeah, yeah, it's weird, right? Like even if like you don't feel like unsafe or anything like that, it's just weird. The Caucasian thing is such a funny thing to me, and I get surprised some people in the US call themselves as such, coming as someone coming from a neighboring area. People, wait, what? You get surprised people in the US calling themselves Caucasian as someone coming from a neighboring area. Oh, like people don't use the word Caucasian? I mean, I don't think people really say that in general. I think it's just to be clear. Just white face. How can I white face? What does that mean? Um, and welcome in protagonist. Your key looks like it has a natural sunbox under. Yeah, I opened the blinds just from the bottom, and now my piano is glowing. Um, but yeah, I had to open the curtains because I didn't set up my lights yet. Are you talking to me because I'm half white and Japanese? How did you know? I didn't know. I was not talking specifically to you, Thunder. But congrats on being Japanese. I only noticed if it's with a lot of people the same. Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. If it's like a bunch of different ethnicities and you happen to be the only one of your ethnicity, then I wouldn't really notice it. Um, but if I was in a room with only white people, I would notice it. Actually, at the Jade concert, it was like mostly white people. I don't know why. I don't know what the correlation is. I was like, I'm always very curious about concert demographics because when I was at the Twice concert, it was like 99% Asian people, which makes sense. 99% Asian people, mostly women. And a lot of the concerts I go to are mostly women. But at the Jade concert, so many white people. I'm like, there was this many white people. I'm like, there's so many white people, and also, it was like 70% men. Although I'm pretty sure it was like 90% of those were gay men. But there's so many men that I was like, oh, I don't even think I could stand in the pit because like everyone was so tall. I was sitting in the back anyway because I was tired from moving. But I was like, if I even tried to stand near the concert, there's so many guys. I was like, I could not see. Um, were HOAs okay with LGBT back when they started? What do you think? This is like 30, 40 years ago. What do you think? A lot of people use Caucasian as white. Isn't it the same thing? Caucasian is a name stemming from people from the region containing the Cau- Caucasus Mountains. Does it mean that they're referring to? Oh, so you're from near that area. I see, I see. I get it. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Um, but yeah, I thought Caucasian was just the same as white, but I guess it's not. Um, you never heard anyone say, "Hey, being Japanese is cool." As a Japanese person, I can see that. I'm one of the only white people at the concert. Like, I mean, yeah, because they go to K-pop concerts. Because I went to the K-pop concert and it was like only Asian people. Um, Probably used to that working in software dev. No, in software dev, I'm surrounded by straight men. at the Jade concert, it was like some girls like Jade is an artist. Like I kind of knew because like Jade is for the girls and the gays, you know. Like she's very very LGBT friendly. She's a frequent judge on Drag Race. So but then yeah, I think I was like, oh, the downside of having so many guys here is like everyone's so tall, like because like guys are taller than girls on average. I feel like I didn't need to explain that. That was over explaining. um, it's not. It's some BS produced by some weird dude. What? It wasn't a J Park concert. It was Jade, not Jay. People saying African American for Black people, Black thing too means they're part African, not a race. That's true as well. Yeah. I mean, I guess a lot of people do use that interchangeably as well, and it's not um like it's not the same thing because yeah, that's a good point as well. I never really thought about that, but you're right. Um, you had to Google it. You're not actually that smart. I knew they existed. Fair enough. I knew about the country of Georgia though. I knew that. I'm a step above Livy, but my geography is terrible. Who's Jade? We went over this. She's from Little Mix, but now she's a solo artist and she makes great music. She makes great pop music. Identify with my Japanese half. You're from Okinawa. Oh, nice. Um, no, she was saying Jade the whole time. Jade. Um, JYP, not JYP. That's Jin Young Park, not J Park. I guess you could be thinking I'm singing J the letter. This is too confusing. I should have failed geography. I didn't even take geography, so maybe you are a step above me. English is sometimes a frustrating language. We have words that refer to people's race, ethnicity that become charged, and alternative is chosen. Calling someone African American in England is especially stupid. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, that's true. You can't say that. Um, I think and it changes a lot, right? Like stuff that um like people are just trying to I mean most people, the good people are trying to use words that will not be offensive, right? Obviously. But I think a lot of times, I mean I think especially too that it's more like, oh, American culture is so ubiquitous, like online there's a lot of Americans, right? So it's like especially in English speaking um like discourse is very American dominated. So like yeah, stuff like African American is pretty common. Cause like I'm like, what is even the? Cause like I call myself like Japanese Canadian, but then like in like Japanese Canadian, Japanese American sounds normal to me. But then like you're like, oh, I'm Japanese Australian. Like is that a phrase people use? I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'll stop saying Caucasian if it's not correct. I don't usually say Caucasian though. I think someone just said it in chat. Like when you're filling out like government forms, it usually does say Caucasian, right? Like it would say like Caucasian, Asian. Yeah, it was. I think it normally says Caucasian. It doesn't say white. As foreigners, weird how these phrases are used. I know it's weird. You mean the mandatory classes in grade school? We didn't have that. I guess it was just part of social studies. There's so many subcategories within that kind of topic. Yeah, yeah, it's confusing. Japanese Caucasian, but that would mean you're half Caucasian. I'm not half. I'm fully Japanese. I was just raised here. Um, Honestly, I'm not sure. I just heard people refer to people of color in other countries as African American. Yeah, that's not right either. And the funny thing is, what if they're not even like obviously they're not American in the situation, but like what if they're not even African? Then you're like double wrong. um, Asian Russian threw me for a bit as Asian Russian threw me. Oh, like Russians being Asian. I think Russia's just like a weird case because like I think Russia's a really big country, right? So like some parts of Russia are Asian. kind like like they like there are parts of Russia that speak like Chinese, right? They speak like Mandarin. Um and yeah, so they're kind of both. But you could be from Russia and look super white. Like for example, speaking of my next door neighbor who was in my class, they were Russian and they were like blonde hair, blue eyes. Like they were super white. Why do government forms in America always ask you for your race? I don't know. Why do they need to know my race? That is a good question. Maybe there's some sort of like there's probably like they just want to know like demographics for like census or something. I don't know. I selected for two or more races because they don't have a box for me. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. Um, I was filling in some forms a few days ago and they asked me that there were 1,000 options. Where I'm from, there's three. Wait, you only have three options for race? That's crazy. What if you're not in that race? What do you do? Like, is it just other? Like, is it just other? Um, Racism? Yeah, it could be. It could be. I think I mean here, we're both in Canada. They usually ask you the one I understand is like they ask you um if you're First Nations because like there a lot of times for government things there's like specific First Nations like benefits or whatever. I think that could make sense especially if it's like optional and you can disclose it if you want to have those benefits or whatever. But like what difference does me being Asian give? I never really thought about it. Um, Odd countries, yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, oh my sorry, the scrolling is kind of weird. Middle East is also Asia. Yeah, that's true as well. A lot of it comes from diversity requirements. Some ethnicities are granted additional consideration for things like college admissions. The story behind it. Hard to say that confirming a race to make sure you're treated fairly doesn't cause the opposite in some cases. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the situation, but they do ask you that like every time. And I feel like it's not relevant every time. um, Used to select Asian, but I got yelled at. Why though? Like you are Asian. Um, psyop psyoped into obsessing over a race. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can understand like like oh we want to like especially for like things like reparations or like for like here like the First Nations stuff like that. Like I understand why they might want to do it, but there is a lot of there's a lot of stuff about race for sure. Um, it's so weird to me because I just don't know what to pick. Fair enough. I never know what to answer for that because they almost never specify if having native status matters. Yeah, because like they might just ask, but it's like irrelevant, Like it's like maybe you're signing up for like the COVID CERB benefit, right? And then like it's like that wouldn't even matter. Or you're signing up for like EI, like would that even matter? Like I don't think so. Like it probably matters for like taxes, because like I'm sure there's like some tax benefits or whatever, but I don't I don't know about other situations. And I don't think being Asian has ever mattered because it's not like I mean, if they should give I don't know if they did give reparations for having like the Japanese internment camps, but like I don't think that exists. Like I mean, at least not now. It doesn't exist. So like, why do they need to know? Don't know. I think they use it to take more like color than race. We don't use race. But to be fair, if you got to keep in mind, we're not as diverse. And there's example in Asia, we just consider them white. Really? Damn. Things I learned. I'm white. That's crazy. I guess yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, Japan's the same thing, right? Um, like diversity is not a coming from Western countries where we are like really obsessed with like race and diversity and stuff like that. In many other countries, like Japan is so homogenous. They don't even think about it. Like it's not even a consideration for them. As an American, I'm furious they don't let me provide a percentage breakdown of my European heritage. What even is race? These forms are also weird, like white, black, Middle Eastern. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so many considerations. Like for me, my main consideration is like cultural, right? Like I think cultural has very um a very noticeable impact, right? Like that kind of stuff is important. But in terms of like just the color of your skin, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it influences it only in the way that other people perceive you. I'm real deep with this. And welcome in, GM. Hope you're doing well. I don't think it matters for EI. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not First Asian, so I have no idea. Being Asian works against you for college? I don't think it does here. The universities here are very Asian. Pretty sure they just swept that under the. Yeah, I think they just like forget about it. And it's crazy that it wasn't even that long ago. Um, like the racist things the government did, or like the really awful things the government did. Like the residential schools were like they were there till like the 90s, and like they're. I mean, I not that relative. I have relatives who were like in the camps, like the Japanese camps. I don't know if they're still alive, but I definitely did have relatives. So it wasn't long ago. It wasn't long ago. We held Japanese people in camps, hit the rice cookers. So we honestly, that sounds kind of good. Although I'd rather have cash, because I don't trust the government to give me the right rice cooker. Picked what I most identify with. I spent most of my childhood with my grandmother in Japan, so it's what I know best. I didn't move to Austria. She passed. I'm sorry for your loss, but yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That you identify. I'm glad you're. I've never lived in Japan personally, but I think I didn't get more in touch with my Japanese. I mean, I say side. I'm like fully Japanese, but like obviously I grew up here. But I didn't get more in touch with it till I was a bit older. And welcome in, Harris. Thank you, thank you. Not just Japanese, true. Um, Asian domestic students, international students paying their way to get in is part of the problem. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I think the problem is though, like, I think at least here, I don't know where you're from, but in um, in universities here, like in British Columbia, I think the domestic student tuition is kind of subsidized by the international student tuition. But I've definitely met people in class that do not speak English. Like legitimately do not speak English, and they can barely write a sentence in English. And I'm like, those people they must have cheated on their or had someone else write their English, because you have to pass an English exam to get into universities here. Like obviously, right? Because all the classes are in English. And some of these people, like I'm like, you did not pass that test. Like what the hell? Like no, I'm not even like being rude, like in that they were like bad at English. They legitimately did not speak English. And to the point where I'm like, how will you ever get through the class? The last residential school closed the year I was born. They heard you're coming to get them. They were like, Livy's being born? She's coming to get us for doing this. No country has rebranded better from the horrific things they did than Japan. True. Speaking of sweeping under the rug. Um, you speak a few different dialects of Japanese? Ooh, that's cool. I only speak one dialect. Don't get me started on international students. The local college is competing with Toronto University on international students. It's not even a prestigious college. Yeah, because international students pay out so much money. How's that even possible to not know English? I think they must have cheated on the exam. Cause it was like to the point, I'm not being mean, right? Like I have no problem with like people who speak English as a second language, and their English doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Like English is a hard language, but this person legitimately spoke like very little English. Like like to the point where like I could not communicate with them in class. Unis are farming them, they don't care. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Winter Olympic skiing controversy. Oh, it's not an Olympics, so that's a drama. Why is it called British Columbia if it's not in Britain? We're a British colony. Where we were. There's a whole industry of getting people into unis. That makes sense. Japan really went, war crimes aren't cool. Here's Pikachu. They went, what war crimes? Here's Pikachu. Here's anime. Should call it English Canadian Columbia. Yes, I will call it that. I don't know where the Columbia part came from. I think I looked it up at some point, but I forgot. Is this place far from your previous house or not that far? I don't think it's that far. It's like a 20-minute drive. But every person I spoke to are like, "Oh, where are you moving to?" And I say here, they're like, "Damn, it's so far." I'm like, "Is a 20-minute drive that far?" I don't think it's that far, but like maybe it is. Cause I drive like 30-ish minutes to my mom's house every week, and I'm like, that's not that far. But I guess people think it's far. I don't know. Like, are they walking? Like, I don't know. Um, you can get 5.8 extra meters of distance by by patting your groin when getting fitted for your suit. It creates a the crotch parachute tag. That is insane. Um, that is crazy. I can't even be mad about that. Most of them are Okinawan. There's more than one dialect in Okinawa. I guess that makes sense. So it's a pretty widely spread out place. You can speak standard. Yeah, I mean everyone can speak standard. Yeah. But that's cool. I didn't know that. They're jealous of your gate. I don't know. It's not a gated community. Stop with the rich people accusations. I'm one of you guys. Um, 20-minute drive in Canada. I know. Like, I mean, this is Canada. Vancouver is really big. I mean, actually, I don't think it is. I think compared to other cities, it's actually not that big. But like, if you drove from like the farthest part of Vancouver to the other farthest part of Metro Vancouver, it's like it would probably take like over an hour with like no traffic. It would probably take it would probably take over an hour with no traffic, and with traffic, it could take like 2 hours. Do you have 30 minutes to an hour to work? Yeah, so it's like it's really not that far. Is going to uni for CS in 2026 cooked? The job market is not what it used to be, but things change all the time. if you're if you think that it's the right career path for you and you enjoy it, I would do it. But if you're just going in for the money, then it might be I don't think it's the same opportunities as it used to. But I think if you're at the top of the class and you can get into like those good companies anyway, I don't think there'll be an issue. But if you're like a mediumly competitive competitive applicant, then it might be hard. The job market is not the same as it used to be, for sure. It's not like an easy high paying job anymore. Um, anything over two is 2 minutes. I don't know if they're getting automated, but they're calling it penis curve. Oh my god. That is Wait, so is this only for the men's ski lift or can the women do this too? Or can women pad like other parts? Can we have boob gate? That's crazy though. I live for this Olympics I don't care much about Olympics I don't care much for Olympics drama, but that one's so funny. How's that large gate running a grid? I live in a high rise. Why would we need a gate? Actually, I do really care about security. I only live in the high I like I mean all the high rises now have this, but like you when you scan in, when you scan in, you can only scan to your floor, like the fob. Just be an engineer. What kind of engineer? They're only senior positions right now. Yeah, it's tough, but if you're really passionate about it, then I think it's don't let it hold you back. I think you'll be able to get a job. Now that it's linked to rich, I'm able to be assistant if it pays more than my job. From your work ethic that you've told me about, Ratzi, I decline. Be a double engineer. That's better than one engineer, yeah. I think it doesn't work the same way because of airflow. Really? I think the physics would work for women too, but it would much easier to notice an enlarged bulge on a woman. No, I saying they could pad out their chest. Well, I guess it doesn't work. Wait, so how does it work? Let me read this again. Skiing. So it's like ski jumping. It creates a sail-like effect. Can you not do that with the chest area as well? New York Times the die. Okay, I will look into this. I'm kind of curious how this works. I don't care for Olympics nor Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't watch the Olympics either. I went to school. Went to two schools for computer science, but I also like aviation. So I ended up choosing the sky. Ooh, that sounds cool. That sounds way cooler than computer science. Please hire me to be your assistant. So Razia, I'll take less money, but we'll need to work from home, so you have to get your own coffee. I don't know about this. How chatty will you be though? How much how much small talk will there be? No, I'm kidding. It increases the surface. I mean, I get that, but yeah, I'm kind of I don't get how the yeah, I think I just don't understand anything about ski jumping. You know what I found out recently that my uncle was a ski jumper. I don't think like I don't think he didn't go to the Olympics or anything, but I recently found I knew he was good at skiing, but I was like I didn't know he was a ski jumper. Because my aunt was talking, she was like, "Oh, you know how your uncle was a ski jumper?" I was like, "Did I know this?" I was like, I pretended I knew it because I was like, I thought maybe I was supposed to know this. Um, is there not even a rule against it? It might not matter if it's not if it's noticeable. Yeah, would there even be a rule for that? Like, how can they enforce that? Like, it's like, oh, I just want more extra padding. Like, I'm just, I have like I had surgery on my, I don't know. Maybe they're like, oh, I just had a vasectomy, so I need to have extra padding there or something. You know, like. And welcome in Fjordan. The physics is crazy, and the groin area is the one that matters the most. Interesting. Okay. But for boobs, won't you lose being aerodynamic? I don't know. I would think the groin area would also matter for the. I don't know. Okay, I'll have to look at this diagram because I'm very confused. Um, you type penis skate and Google new MS skate jumping. That's good because like, imagine the kind of results that would come up if it wasn't widely known. We can talk on Teams. Okay, fine. That sounds acceptable. At the rich sport. No, I'm not feeding the rich allegations. My uncle married into my family. My aunt is blood related to me, okay? My uncle, they are rich now. They're rich now. They have a house in Whistler. But it's not like I didn't have anything to do with it. You know? My uncle is white. um, the Guardian claims some athletes are injecting acid? What kind of acid? Like to make it bigger so it could be padded more? Do I want to know? I have no idea. Hyaluronic acid. Oh, like the skincare thing? At 12:55 a.m. PST, Canada plays the girl. That's really early. There's a rule it can't be so many centimeters large. Yeah, they have a rule about how the suits fit. All ski jumpers are gonna start getting vasectomies to win those medals. Anything for the medal. What even is this conversation? I don't know. Apparently this is happening in the Olympics. I need a moist critical video about this. To fill the region with extra fluid to enlarge it. I mean, hyaluronic acid surely is like safe. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor, nor do I have a penis. So I don't know how what that would do. Did your aunt get a dowry? No. Um, relatives are rich means you grew up in a rich area, but somehow she's not rich. I was not rich. I'm not rich. I grew up with a single mom. Uh, your dad is white. Nice. Um, she's lying. I'm not lying. Like the skincare acid, but I still think that would hurt. The stuff they do for sports is crazy, right? Like you, a lot of sports like ruin your body. Snowboarding bigger finals are on. Qualifications. But if I ever do this, you gotta hit up the ski jumpers and let them know. Any of the snowboarders talking about their I think snowboarders wear like baggy pants, so maybe it's not an issue. Being alive ruins your body. Not as much as like, like gymnastics or something, you know? It's different. Yeah, that's a crazy controversy. I'm very I will look into this later to see how this actually works because I'm very confused. I don't understand why padding the groin would make so much more of a difference than the chest. But I guess you can't do anything about the chest, right? Like some people just have some people just have bigger boobs. Like what can you do? But I think I guess there's a lot of sports probably where that would hold you back, right? Like surely like swimming, right? Like you want to be like not aerodynamic, but water dynamic, aqua dynamic. I don't know what the term is. Um, the timeline is a bit important here in terms of ruining it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your body will get ruined as you age, but there's a difference between ruining it at 18 versus ruining it at 80. I think bigger boots would increase your drag and make you a worse skier. I see. I see. So they just have to like bind them down. Is penis gay for men's or women's? It must be men. It's men's. It's men's. Like a sugar glider or a flying squirrel. Oh, I don't like that. Um, Thanks for mentioning skeleton. I brought it up yesterday, or you didn't know what I was talking about, so now I look less crazy. You gotta know skeleton. I don't know why there's so many sledding sports, though. To be fair, um, like I don't know why. I don't know why there's so many sledding sports and what they do. But I only know skeleton because of physical 100. And Jill from Twice was or is dating the Korean skeleton athlete, gold medalist. And welcome in Easy. Cheers from Athens. Cheers from Vancouver. Um, isn't that why they wear wetsuit type things? For aerodynamics, that makes sense. Looking at the diagram, it makes sense. Legs are spread to make a V-shaped surface with the body. So more crotch padding increases the thickness of the V. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. I'll look at the diagram because I think that will help. But yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, because when they jump, they like spread their legs like this, right? Um, so the front, the 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 air comes like here, like in the crotch area, no? Um, I think that's what it is. To become a skeleton athlete, you have a chance with Chewie. You should look at Yoon Sung Bin and see why Gio can date him, or Gio is dating him. He is a beautiful man with the perfect. I mean, I'm not really into like super muscular guys, but he does have like a really perfect body, like aesthetically too. Because a lot of people have like really strong bodies, but they're not necessarily aesthetically nice. His body is very aesthetically nice. The Canada and Scandinavians feel included, true. Although Korean won the gold medalist. I could never do it though. Some water slides are too fast. I get scared downhill skiing, yeah. Not even doing ski jumping where they go straight down and into the sky. Yeah, straight down the middle. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Yeah, I understand. I understand why the boobs won't work then. Um, you just not stick a sock. That's what they're doing. Or apparently no, they're injecting hyaluronic acid. Spell his name then. Yeah, searching Geosport. Yeah, searching Geosport will work. And it's way too fast. I know. I mean, I get scared. I don't like going. I don't even like. I don't know if you feel. I don't know if you also have this. I don't like driving straight down the hill and not using the brakes. It freaks me out. The logic confuses me. Um, yeah, I think maybe look at the diagram because I think I understand what they mean because I've seen ski jumping before and now I understand where the air is going. But if apparently the diagram is very helpful. He's an absolute unit. Yeah, he is hot. He is hot. Um, You're one of the people that break for no reason. Look, I need to control my speed going down. I want to go down the hill too fast. Wait, one. I drove down a hill 2 weeks ago that was steep enough. I had like a warning sign for truck. Oh, a lot of hills here have that. You're having a bad time. Oh no, it's scary, right? I feel like I have to control my fall. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it's a BRB. Okay, I have to go as well. So, um, enjoy your league game. But yeah, I will continue breaking down the hills because I'm scared. I'm scared. Um, but yeah, on that note, great talk, everyone. Great talk, everyone. I learned many new things today. And I just wanted to, even though I started stream a little bit late, I wanted to show you guys the new place. Um, but yeah, I will leave it here for today. I'll be streaming as usual on Wednesday for Genshin, and if you don't want Genshin, I'll be streaming Saturday and Sunday. We finished Metal Gear Solid. I might just yap for a bit, and then maybe we'll probably play Resident Evil Village. Should have a breakdown of Yap stream at the end of what we learned. Honestly, we should write down every topic that we discussed during a stream, and they're all like really. It's like a roller coaster, honestly. Wangbin and Unseo hand grab. I love that moment. Okay, but yeah, I have to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will hopefully by the time I stream again, my it's like set up a bit better. But yeah, I will enjoy the new place. Thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.